Hey everyone, I'm Jeff Doyle, Tracking 200. I'm in the woods today to do a little trail camera maintenance. If you've been on Facebook, you've probably seen me post recently that I was looking at maybe getting a setup of like a saddle hunting. And the reason for that is, end last season, I found this ginormous scrape and I said, boy, that looks like a spot to get in and do some bow hunting. So plan is today, hike into that spot. I've got my brand new stagger pack. Got 3 trail cameras in here, my Nalgene bottles on the side, and it's made of the same material as the track pack. So I'm giving this a test run, and I'm gonna get in there and see if that scrape's already opened up, but scope it out for maybe a saddle, maybe a tree stand, and I'll show you when we get there. All right, let's go for a walk. Hey, check this out. Looks like Yogi was in here. There's a turned over set of leaves here, and when I take a closer look at it, you can see it used to be a hive here for probably wasps. Can't imagine it was worth the bite, but pretty neat. Well, I heard there was a drought, and you can certainly see here this whole creek bed is totally dried up. There's another little split right over there, and that's dried up too. So that's going to be interesting. These deer, wood all over there. These deer are certainly going to need water at some point, and it may mean where there's water, there's concentration. So we'll have to see. Aha! I was having a little trouble finding the scrape, but I pulled up on X and it brought me to about 10 yards from it. So it's right there. Let's go check it out. All right, so this is the scrape, and you can see here that there's a bunch of roots sticking up. Something somewhat fresh there, it looks like. There's no leaves in it, that's for sure. I got this overhanging branch, which I'll just spin this around. It's up there, it's a pretty high one. All right, and then we got a tree there. It looks like it's been hit, and I don't know. Just in general, this was a spot that really caught my eye, and I'll go ahead and throw a trail camera up here and scout it out for a tree. It's kind of thick in here. Lots of places that I could shoot, but this little vicinity is surrounded by kind of beanpole trees here. Interesting. All right, now that I found the scrape, I'm gonna put my
Tactacam
up. And I had some feedback on the channel. There's a user that recently purchased this, and he said there's no power button. He had a lot of trouble with it, so I'm gonna just take a moment and show you. All right, there is a power button on here. Okay, it's this button. It says enter right below it, but it's got that kind of traditional circle with a line through it. So I'm gonna just give that a long press, and the green light comes on. Okay, now if you need to turn your camera off, you can do the exact same thing. Long press that, and it'll say turn power off. So now that this is saying selecting best carrier, it may take a couple minutes. I'm going to set it down, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of get the rest of my things prepped for this. All right, so I typically like to use one of these little tree steps with threaded end on it. I've got this new one here from HME. It's got another kind of rotation feature to it. I've had some trouble with these ones. They're cheap ones off Amazon because the tip is some kind of defective in one of the sets I got, and doesn't screw into a tree well, but I'm going to see how this one is. Looks pretty pointy. All right, now I've got some of the branches cleared overhead. I just used a dead branch there, knocked some branches down, and trying to look at where I may set up here in the event that I come in and want to set up a saddle or maybe my lone wolf climber. There's some big trees around too, which gives me the option if I happen to decide I want to just hunt from the ground, I could do that. But there's one right over here. Let's see, I'll rotate this and see if I can. Yeah, I can get pretty brushed in on that one right there if I wanted to. I'm not getting backlit at all. And then depending on direction, I've got one right here that could be a good climber over my shoulder. Let's see. Yep, it's right here. This one. If I get up that other tree right about there, that could be a good climber too. Kind of depends on the wind direction, but let's see what the camera reveals so long as I can get reception. Kind of waiting here. I got one bar and I'm hopeful that I get some bars. Okay, I'm in business here. You see it's got the, let's see, I've got the little symbol here. I got 3 bars there, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit this button right here. That enter button is going to take a photo. I'll send it to my phone, and I'll know that I've got good enough connection here. So I'm going to do that, and we'll see how long it's going to say sending, and hopefully within a matter of a minute or so, I'll get a notification on my phone. I'll know that we're in business. All right, so the pictures come through, good news. And now the next thing for me to do is to actually hit the arrow button over here. You're gonna see it says enter work mode. So you can navigate over to yes. I'm gonna hit enter, right? Bingo. It's in the work mode. I'm gonna hang this camera and hopefully get some pictures of some big bucks. So I just jumped a deer, so I saw a flag making a lot of racket. I got pretty close, despite how noisy I am. Anyways, just walking up through the woods here. I don't know if you can see, but there is one heck of a trail. Let me put it down. Yeah, there we go. Try to see it here. Got its feet right down there, so mark that on next and be a spot to come back and know that there's a heavy trail there. I wouldn't say it's all wintering, although there's some old turds there, but some of that's pretty fresh. Yep. Woods are real dry. Dry as popcorn fart, and where I saw the doe was down there a bit further. There's a lot of ferns, so the ferns I'm no doubt putting some moisture up into what they can eat, but woods are very, very dry. Check out this deer trail. Wow. Feet right in. Look at that. Splits. Part of it goes this way. Part of it goes this way. Oh, hey, look at that. There's my trail camera. I wonder what could be on it. Well, the bad news is this thing's dead, so it's probably been dead for a while. It's left up here since last season, but I've got this little device here, which makes it anchor, and this USB-C, so that'll plug right into my phone. We'll pop that in and download the pictures and see what it goes to. But I can't film at the same time, so you have to just trust me. I don't usually share big buck photos, but we'll see what's on there. Well, I gotta tell you, I'm pretty surprised. This trail camera has got a little bit of everything. You had bucks on there, moose, bobcat, bear, porcupine, raccoon, and it even got me as I was walking filming there. So the batteries aren't dead. This has been taking pictures for almost close to a year. Doesn't get a ton of activity, but a lot of doe traffic here, and the bucks had been through when there was snow on the ground. So I'm gonna check out the battery level and put the card back in, and we'll keep going. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Saw 2 deer today on dry, crunchy ground. It'll be a great season. Well, we're creeping up on sunset here, and we all know that with the canopy still on, it gets dark in the woods a little earlier, so I'm gonna wrap things up in terms of filming, but it's great to get out in the woods, see a couple deer, give the new stagger pack a whirl. Hang camera, check a camera. I end up doing I'll do a full video on this stagger pack. It's really nice, and I think it's gonna work out perfect for the days when I'm carrying rattling bones and such. But I'm sure excited about the season this year. Hope you guys are too. And track never ends.